I've been going to the movies a lot lately because, well, I live right across the street from a movie theater. It's a small one that only shows one movie each week, but the ticket price is cheaper than most movie theaters in Sweden. So this weekend I went to see the movie Fury with my girlfriend, and, well, here's a review of it. So Fury. Fury is the movie about a group of tank drivers during World War II. And the group consists of Brad Pitt, who is the more or less, well, captain of the whole group. He's the one in charge. Then there's Shia LaBeouf or Buff or blah blah. The guy from Transformers. How about that? He plays a very religious guy who they call Bible. That's his character trait. But I gotta say, I was genuinely surprised by this guy's acting because, well, in Transformers he sucks. There's no easy way to say that. It's not a good movie, or his acting in it is not good either. But in this movie, he's actually good, surprisingly. Then there's Michael Pena, who plays Gordo. Not much can be said about him. I mean, he's a Mexican. I mean, not. I'm not talking shit about his character. It was a good character, but I don't know how to describe his character. And then there's John Bernthal, who most people know from The Walking Dead. He played Shane, and Shane is an asshole. But in this movie, dear God, I mean, he's an asshole of the caliber that Scumbag Steve himself would turn away from and go, I don't know this guy. I'm not with him. Oh, he's an asshole, to put it lightly. He's a huge fucking asshole. But this group gets a new member thrust into them when one of them dies, and it's just this unknown, unnamed guy. It's none of the guys listed right now that die, so don't worry, that's not a spoiler. The movie starts with this guy being dead. So they get a rookie sent into him, which is played by Logan Lerman. Now, Logan Lerman, I was sitting there thinking, why the fuck do I recognize this guy? But I couldn't remember. And then I realized, oh yeah, he's the guy who played Percy Jackson. And he's also made Perks of Being a Wallflower, which I haven't seen, so yeah. But he did a good job in this movie. He's more or less the main character of the whole movie. And you get to follow him around. And he's this kid who signed up to be a desk worker for the US military. But instead of sending him to a desk, they shipped him to the front lines and forced him to be a soldier. They put him in a tank without any kind of education or how the fuck this thing works. But so the movie is about this group going through Germany during World War II in their Sherman tank called Fury, and it tells the story of, well, the things they did. Just yeah, that's pretty much summarized. I was about to go into spoiler territory, but sorry. So what did I think about the movie? I liked it. I thought it was an enjoyable movie, and it's strange because usually I'm the negative one about movies, and my girlfriend is the one who likes it. But she did not think this one was as good as I thought. But I liked it. You know, I consider it to be a good movie. It might just be me, but World War II movies have a tendency to really glorify at least the American side of World War II. Like, the Americans were all these, like, glorious, valiant, honorable people that never did anything wrong. That's not exactly correct. You know, the American side did a lot of messed up shit, too. And, I mean, there's a scene in this movie, just a quick scene that you see for a few seconds, where they bulldozer down a bunch of dead Germans into a mass grave. That's such a short thing, but it says so much. You know, that's the sort of thing you would see the Germans do in most movies, in like the concentration camps. They would use bulldozers, just bulldozer down the dead bodies. But here you see the Americans do it. Even if it's just for a few seconds, it still said a lot about the movie. And you see like the German war prisoners, they're standing around in cages that are so small they can't even lay down because there's so many people in them, there's no room for them. This movie, I mean, sure, the Americans weren't as bad as the Germans. Nobody says that. I mean, sure, the Americans, some of the people who went into the military, like the main character, like I said, then Norman, as he's called, Logan Lerman's character, he signed up to be a desk worker, yet he was shipped to the front lines. The Americans did that because they were running out of soldiers. They were not as bad as the Germans, though, who sent in kids. That's actually true. The Germans sent in kids. I haven't said this on my channel before, but my grandmother was German. She was born during World War II, and her older brother got drafted against his will and forced to fight and die for an army and an ideology he did not believe in. But if you refused, then they would hang you, put you on public display with the sun around your neck, calling you a coward. So you really didn't have a choice. It was either go join us or you're gonna die anyway. So that was happening to my grandma's brother. He died. But this movie does a good job of showing that war is ugly and there are assholes on both sides. This movie even shows that not all Germans are that bad. There are good people and there are bad people on both sides. There are no heroes in war. There's no easy way to say this. No better way to say this. But the movie wasn't perfect. It had its few issues. There's a few things where I'm just wondering how the fuck the characters are thinking. Not to mention, all the gunshots in this movie look like they're laser beams. It looks like you're watching Star Wars. They're either bright green or bright red. So yeah, in every firefight you're gonna think you're watching Star Wars. Yeah, like I said, if you think the characters that just makes me wonder what the fuck are they thinking, but I can't go into that because of spoiler territory. So, what is my final verdict of this movie? Well, I gotta give it an 8 out of 10. Definitely enjoyable movie. I would recommend you watch it. That's pretty much it. Yeah, the movie's good. I mean, if you like World War II movies, you should definitely watch this because, in my opinion, this is one of the better ones. So yeah, watch Fury. That was about all I had to say. So, have you seen Fury? Comment below and let me know, and rate this video. Look me up on social media, links in the description, and I'm the Nerdy Guy, and you just watch a Nerdy Guy review movie. Bye.